Welcome to the Takedown with Nick. I'm your host, Nick Nowlin, and here at the Takedown, we believe in subverting power, radical thought. We have a short little video. This is a candidate's profile that was brought to my attention by one of our writers here at the Progressive Army. She asked that we basically try to do some more reaching out to smaller independent candidates and get like a small short candidate's profile. I've done this before. And so I thought I would reach out and speak to Hunter. Hunter, you're running for school board in Arlington, Texas, correct?
Correct.
And the first thing first I would just like you to, say hello to the audience.
Greetings, my name is Hunter Kerwin. I'm currently a candidate seeking a position on the Arlington Independent School District Board of Trustees, District 5 at large.
Excellent. So when we think about politics and political change, school board is one of those seats where it kind of barely registers on people's minds. Like, some parents are concerned about the school board. Most people aren't. I'm not even. I know we need to make radical interventions inside of education, but even to me, sometimes the school board is off the radar. So why do you find the school board to be important?
Well, for starters, I believe the office of school board trustee is important in any community because it seeks to ensure the educational welfare of our children. And the Arlington Independent School District is the governing body of the district. They're the ones that make the laws, the ordinance, the regulations, and also they're the ones who implement all their tax bonds.
I see. So from that, basically that means, you did say curricula in there, correct? Like they said.
Yes. Yeah, currently, the Arlington ISD is actively engaged in implementing student curriculum. Code 312 is what my district manages, elementary, preschool, pre-K through 12. Great.
Oh, okay. So basically, basically all the public schools, so they do manage the curriculum.
With the exception of charter schools and the county community colleges, those are under different jurisdiction.
Okay. So you're out in Arlington, and I'm in Houston, by the way. I'm not too far away. I think Arlington's 4 hours, maybe 4 hours and 15 minutes, because it's kind of in between Dallas and Fort Worth. There. Go ahead.
Believe it or not, the current regulations for the school board are the same as in Houston, I mean. So both of our local school districts should be engaged in something similar to what manages things similar to the way they do in Arlington ISD.
That's correct. That is correct. I do agree with that. The Houston Independent School Board does have a similar structure as that of Arlington.
Yeah, like in my experience, each district should have what's known as the academic strategic plan, which includes all the overall vision for the district, mission statements, and of course, one of those is one of the main goals of every school district is to make sure our students graduate on time, and also we make sure they get the necessary skills so they can go out into the real world to pursue jobs and other related activities.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. So here will be the question. Where do you feel like the school board or the current incumbent school board members or the body as a whole have basically lapsed in their responsibility to achieve this mission?
Well, for starters, it's not uncommon for local school districts to be politically correct. Like in recent years, one of the common problems that every school district has is lack of teachers' material. And I'm almost certain that in every school across the state there has been recent shortages of textbooks. Like if you pick up any book, I am almost certain there are at least 20 to 10 years outdated at minimum. And one of the main problems that every school district has is there's not always enough money to fund those essentials. Like, for starters, the majority of the teachers in the Indian district had to rely solely on out-of-pocket expenses, which is very difficult to manage. And because the demands of our children keeps increasing, the more things gets expensive.
So you feel that basically that the school board is not properly provisioning the schools to be able to achieve that mandate?
Absolutely. But there's also other problems as well. Like currently, many of our school districts my school district it's selling it more in extracurriculum activities rather than academics. Like for when I was a student in the district, I was special ed, and I can almost half the time there's like 2 different rule books for students. One is for one set of rules is for mainstream education, and the other is for special needs students. And my experiences lie within the special education side. And like many of the students in my school district, I was often segregated with a diversity group of students separated from the other group.
Okay. And the question I would want to ask is, what would you like to change about that? These are 2 large issues, but rather than detailing all of the outline, let's try to talk about like how you would try to address these needs. We've kind of outlined what they are. Let's kind of address them now. Both of those, the one about provisioning, and then the second one when you're talking about having special needs children be segregated from the main body of students.
Well, for starters, the board of trustees of the Arlington ISD is not just supervising the educational welfare of our students, but they're also responsible for the teacher and administrative workforce as well. Like, for example, many teachers in the district don't have a substantial coverage in certain expenses like health care, for example. So the job of the board of trustees is not just to ensure the educational welfare of our students, but also to take care of the workers as well.
That's an important issue. How do you think that the school district can change that? Is Arlington not under a state mandated revenue cap?
I believe it is. I mean, like the Arlington, I guess, their district of the tank, so in some extent, yes. Like everything that's not.
Give us a second, Hunter. We lost your signal there. Can you start? Can you answer that one more again? Excuse me. Can you answer that one or run through that question one more time? The answer one more time. We lost you halfway through. It seems like the connection is good now, but just go ahead and answer that again.
Well, for starters, I'm guessing the district has the tank scans. As a matter of fact, just about every school district manages tanks. It's the same level stand. As a matter of fact, every time we get a tank spawn is issued and has been approved by voters, it actually affects the property values of the entire community. The more the district progresses, the more taxes increase.
And so, do you feel that the school should be issuing more bonds, or they should be increasing the funding provided for schools through those taxes?
Well, personally, I think one of the
or do you feel they should, if there's a problem of provisioning, how do you think that can be addressed?
Well, for starter, what makes things difficult is that the Arlington Independent School District is entirely independent from the city of Arlington. Like, for example, everything we do or whatever, the city council has no authority in how we implement the district's affairs. And the same thing complies in the Houston, I guess, in other countries around our state. The funding we get separate from the city. So we actually have the authority to impose taxes, new tax bonds, propositions, all of that without city council approval.
Interesting. So I was aware of that, but what I was unaware of is whether or not state mandated revenue caps still affected school districts.
Oh, it does.
But do you feel like that there's still room to maneuver even within that revenue cap?
Well, for start, one of the things that when talking about financial or whatever, in the Arlington, I guess, state cases in other school districts, well, one of the problems my campaign is facing is how they control the flow of money in the district. For example, according to Article 7 of the state constitution, we're required to provide funding for certain things that are not provided in the state constitution. And sometimes we have no idea where all this money is going to.
So you would then want to have some sort of accountability on funds that are appropriated and to find out where that money would be going. So you feel like there is efficiency that can be gained if you can kind of have better accounting on the funding that you do have.
My figure is that the Arlington ISD and the Texas Education Agency actually has the money to fund all this, but they just don't use it. You know how politicians are when they are all about hoarding money and not actually using it to benefit the community.
Okay. So if you're making a case that there is funding that can be allocated, but it's for some reason not being used, that is definitely a big problem. And so, like, I would look forward to having candidates like yourself who are looking to address that issue.
Like, for starters, when I mentioned the tax cuts is one of the mandate, when I pointed out that that every school does not have enough tax cuts, I am under the impression that the entire state of Texas actually has the funds to pay for the tax cuts, but doesn't give it to the individual school districts. I'm not for sure if you know this, but the state of Texas is one of the main states that deals with the distribution and publishing of school textbooks.
Yes, yes.
And we're one of the states that determines what content is allowed and what's not.
Yes, just by sheer market forces, Texas being a large buyer of textbooks does have a lot of influence on what textbooks can be adopted by a lot of different states. Unless a state is large enough or has the backbone to pay extra, generally speaking, like your larger states will dictate the textbooks for a particular year and particular subjects.
Yeah, like my main concern is like the textbooks are actually needed in every school district, specifically those in history and science. When I was a student in the Arlington ISD, my school textbook only went as far as 9/11, and that then beyond 2001.
Okay. Richard,
and the school textbook still says that George W. Bush is still the incumbent president. Still.
Yeah, I think most of your actual message here is going to be centered around the proper provisioning for schools and trying to figure out ways to not only manage the money that you have better, but also to do what's necessary to increase funding, if necessary, to the schools itself to basically, achieve their mandate. Richard, did you have any more questions for Hunter here? Because I'm basically going to ask maybe one more question, and then I want to basically let Hunter make his case for why he should be elected, and then we'll go ahead and close out.
Well, for starters, over recent months, I have been working with candidates within my party on the national level, the Green Party disability candidates, and in my experience, like as a student or whatever, in some cases, like students are not always segregated in a sense, but it's more on a case-by-case basis. Like, for example, if the district doesn't have any funding for special education, then they move those students into mainstream education without any assistance. um, well, yeah, yeah, the interesting thing about all of that is over in the recent decades or whatever, transgenders in our schools have also been put in a similar situation where they're separated from the other students, and you can also consider that as a them it's special needs. For example, half the time they're not allowed to. My state is currently facing a problem with all this bathroom policy nonsense. And it's actually really hard on the students when they know they're not wanted.
That's definitely an interesting point. Did you have more questions, Richard? No, I first off want to thank Hunter. The last question I wanted to do is basically to ask you to do two things. If you could make a case for yourself as a candidate, and also, well, first explain, why you've been kind of running under. I guess this is endorsed by the Green Party, and then also. Go ahead.
The thing I wanted to mention, even though I'm a member of the Green Party, local election laws prohibits the use of political parties in city elections. I'm currently affiliated as a Green, but I'm currently on the ballot as an independent due to local election laws. Currently, it's a state law that all city elections are currently nonpartisan.
Yeah, it's the same. Like you said, it's statewide, so it's the same here for Houston. And then I guess the now all that's left now is to kind of make your case to the audience as to why you are the candidate that they should be supporting in the upcoming election. And then we'll go ahead and close out.
Well, for starters, I never explained why I'm exactly running in this race. I'm in this race in complicated circumstances. The seat I'm running for Arlington, I get the place 5. Wasn't supposed to be up for election until next year. Back in July of 2017, one of the board members who was formerly in cabinet on the board resigned from her seat, and because of that emergency election had to be ordered, to find a replacement trustee, and my opponent or whatever was appointed around that time who wasn't elected his position. And what's actually challenging for me is that if I were to get elected to this position, I'm required by law to serve the remainder of the ex-trustee's term, which is 1 year. And like one of the reasons why I'm running is even though it's a special election, it's just as important as any of the other seats that are currently up for election. Like if I were to win, I'm required by law to run again next year for a full term. Well, I think there's an audio.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I had myself muted. I must have bumped something on the table here. I didn't want you guys to hear me fumbling. But what I was going to say is I'm glad that you're taking electoral politics very seriously. And it sounds like you are very determined in your mission to make sure schools are provisioned well and run well as to the best of your abilities within, with that position in the school board. And I want to basically talk to our audience and basically just say, like, Hunter is stepping up and he's running.
Right.
He's trying to be involved in politics and trying to make a difference. And I would encourage other candidates as well to do the same in their local municipalities, because it is possible to win. And I think we need to be fighting on those fronts. Hunter, if you have anything else you wanted to say before we close out?
I gotta say, like, if elected, I am going to support provisions like smaller classroom sizes, healthy lunch meals, and a focusing on violent education, which deals with creating dispute resolutions. Like, for example, bullying has been a problem nationwide, and one of my proposals is to fix that through the creation of a anti-bullying organization that's run by students and teachers.
All right, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
Also, I'm concerned about nutrition as well. Currently, I believe there's too much junk food in our schools, and I believe we think it's time to introduce more healthy options during lunch.
All right. Hunter, I hate to interrupt you. I know I said I wouldn't, but we're actually, really low on time. We started a little bit late, but I want to thank you for coming on and doing this interview. I'm going to basically I'm sorry. I want to thank you for doing this interview, and I want to say goodnight to everybody. We'll go ahead. Oh, yes.
Absolutely. I currently have a campaign website at huntercrow2018.net. All my positions are there. It includes my biography, my platform positions, and contact information, as well as the early voting locations are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Vote.
All right. Thank you, Hunter, for your time. Thanks, Richard, for producing this, and we'll go ahead and close out. Good night.
Right.